So, the convenience store is a game I saw that kind of popped up on Steam, and I thought it looked really cool. And I've actually played through this and got all three endings so far, so I know everything that's going to be happening. Um, and it's going to be a full playthrough, and I'm just going to kind of give my thoughts on it. It's like a $2.99, like, J-horror sort of game where you work at a convenience store. And right now, we got to get ready for work. You just gotta turn off the camera effect. There's like a VHS filter if you want it. I don't like it, so I turn it off. But yeah, we work at a convenience store. We also bump up the brightness a bit. This game's very dark. Um, we work at a convenience store. We're about to do our first day in the job, and obviously, things aren't okay. I'm not sure if you could figure that out with me saying it's a J-horror game, and you're gonna see exactly what's going on. There's a lot of waiting around, but I thought it was a really, really awesome game that does a great job at building tension, like phenomenal job at building tension. And hopefully you'll see kind of like what's going on. But like every day consists of us waking up, getting our flashlight, getting ready to go to the overnight shift. And we're going to kind of be seeing this room a few times throughout the playthrough. Also, if you don't want spoilers on this, don't watch this, because I'll probably discuss like what's happening in advance. Because again, I've played through this a few times. I just kind of want to talk about this game and how much I enjoyed it. And also just kind of show what it is and like how it works to people that don't really play horror games, so have no interest in it. Because I know there's a lot of people that kind of watch horror games because they can't like really handle scares and stuff. And this game, like, I don't think it's like really super scary. I just think it builds tension. It just really, really builds the tension quite a bit. So yeah, here we go. So we're going to be going to our first day on the job. You just got to walk down these streets and get to the place. The only problem I have with this, and again, if you're not done with spoilers, I'm warning you. The only thing I don't like about this is that this walk literally has no bearing on anything in the game, and it feels like they could have cut this entire run out, and the game would have been identical to what it currently is if they just like let you fast travel to the store. Like, walking down these roads literally just does nothing. There's no point to it whatsoever. But you know what? If that's what the devs wanted to do, that's what the devs wanted to do. So you know, more power to them. But now we're kind of getting close. I don't even need my flashlight. I bumped the brightness way up. Now, the first 2 days, you're not going to really see much spooky. And then days 3 and 4 is when stuff really starts hitting the fan. Shit starts getting a little bit real. But here we are. We're at the convenience store. And the first day, we also see a nice little homeless guy out here. So we are going to go give him a nice hello. Treat him well. He's hungry. I know what really happened here. I was called to warn you all. By the name I cannot speak of, the day of judgment will come. Hiya! Alright, now let's go on inside. And here is our manager. Oh god, you made it, Oh no, it's just that I heard someone had fell off a bridge you just crossed. There was an old lady that said she saw a man walking down the street with his legs completely bent the other way. Scary stuff. If only this was a true story. Haha, ha, sorry. Eventually he wants us to clock in, but yeah, what are you waiting for? Please clock in. And here's the job for $13 an hour. There we go, 13 bucks an hour night shift. The reason why I'm here. Now I can't decide or can't figure out if like a lot of the stuff's like on a global timer or not, but I can basically run through this game in like 28 to 30 minutes. I don't know if I'll do it this video, but we'll see. But every day we get here, we have our daily task from the manager. So I think some food are expired by the time you start your shift. Can you take them off the shelves for me? Your manager. So obviously the translation isn't perfect, but now we can punch in, start our shift. Here we also have a camera system, which comes into play a few times, as you could probably guess, where we can kind of like monitor the store to see what's happening. As you can see, there's like some tape up behind the shop, like something kind of happened back there, but we don't know what. At least not yet. And our first daily task is taking out expired food. So we gotta go to the shelves, and we gotta find what's expired. This is expired. But because I'm a good person, I'm going... You don't have to do this, mind you. But I want to do this. I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna give this to the homeless man. It's an option. I did not do it the first time. I've noticed no difference from doing it and not doing it. I just do it out of the goodness of my own 3D heart. Here you go, sir. Have some food. And we got our first customer. Ah. I know he's shopping first. Right, you know, usually customers need to buy stuff. She really wants to try the ramen. Shelf looks fine. Shelf looks fine. Fine. Expired. Let's take this out. And throw it right out to the dumpster by these shady... this shady, like, locked up back here. This broken fence. They're just doing, like, a lot of, like, very boring tasks like this. But because, like, the entire setting and, like, the tension building, like, you're always worried about, like, what's gonna pop up, when is it gonna pop up, like, is it gonna happen when I go in the back room? Like, how is this all gonna work? And I think it's actually very effective. And you also gotta balance, like, the whole ghost thing and, like, all these tasks while also checking out customers. Although the customers, there really aren't many. Like, I kind of wish, like, these popped up a few more times. But what can you do? But we took care of them. Easy peasy. But there's really, like, not much to it. At least on day one. Even, like, any of the days, like, these tasks, like, really are just kind of, like, time killers. Nothing crazy. It's like a few little signs, like, thank you for keeping the toilets clean. I want to try, like, this orange juice. I heard that ramen's really good. Who would read this? Or who... I do read Austin Lee magazines, rather, is what this one says. But yeah, I think, like, the actual, tour itself looks really, really cool. Although one thing I do notice is that the food here looks so much better than anything else in the game. Like, by a significant margin. I think there's, like, a zoom in button. Maybe not. I thought there was. But yeah, the food looks really good. Compared to everything else here. Now we just gotta kind of wait for the day to finish up. That is where we are currently at. And most of the days end with a lovely UPS man coming here. Oh look, the door is kind of going off by itself. That's really spooky. Let's check the video cameras. Let's see what's happening outside so we don't have to go out there and protect ourselves. Huh. There's nothing there. Why is it opening and closing? That's very odd. Huh, it stopped after I checked the cameras. How quaint. But yeah, it's just like little things like that to like build the tension early on. And I personally thought it was very effective. Like, incredibly effective. So I can dig that. I think this is the UPS man here. Yep, this is the UPS man. So now we must wait. Yeah, this game does like a lot, like really, really well. It's very short too. I want to try the developers' other games because they have like 5 or 6 games kind of like in this exact style. Just focusing on different parts of J-horror, like moving into like a haunted apartment. I think there's like one in a hotel, one in a tunnel. And they all just kind of like deal with like J-horror stuff. And if you're not like really familiar with Japanese horror, it's a lot of ghost stories basically. They really, really like their like evil ghost girls. The Ring, The Grudge, stuff like that. So you kind of like know what you're in for. Kind of late for delivery, huh? We've recently incorporated the system exclusively for convenience stores that are open late at night. Looks like this package is directly shipped to the store. Oh, the name matches your tag. Think this is for you? I will gladly take it. Now we're going to go ahead and take this home. Because our shift is done. We got a tape, and we can just go ahead and watch it. And see what's going on. Let's watch it closely. Oh, we've seen this tape before. And we're gonna get videotapes like that that are like slightly unsettling. Almost kind of like screams like The Ring in a way. Let's get our flashlight because it is time for the next night. Or when we go out the store, it's gonna be like the first night. Bam. And now we're gonna start amping up like what's happening. with this night. And slowly but surely, things are gonna kind of get a little bit more and more off the rails. Which I am all for. I just wish we didn't have to do this walk, did not have to do this walk to work. Well, it's cool that you can kind of, like, see it lit up in the distance. But it'd be better, like, if either A, something happened out here as you were running, or, like, walking to work, or B, it just wasn't here, or it was just, like, a one-time thing, to kind of, like, establish, like, what the neighborhood looked like. Because there's really no need for this. But yeah, whatever. But on to day 2 we go. And you can barely see anything. Like, I have the brightness, like, really jacked up, as you can probably tell in the video. And I have a flashlight going. I turn off the flashlight. That's what we got. It becomes a very dark game. But here we go. Time for day 2. In day 2, we have a very, very easy task that we're going to finish up, like, in 3 seconds, basically. What's up, manager? Hey, hey, so I heard you reported the doors would open on their own. Well, we got a guy to check the sensor, and it seems like the wirings were loose. Oh, you thought it was some sort of poltergeist? I see those on TV all the time, but they're all scripted. Ghosts aren't real after all. Would you please punch in? Fine. But yeah, today we gotta get some rats out. Sorry, I had to take a little drink of water. Because someone left the garbage open. But we gotta kill the rats. They always happen to be in the same spot, though. Which is what it is. But we're gonna get them really, really quick, and we're gonna have this entire day done really fast. So let's basically speedrun this. Oh. The only thing I hate is that, like, the game has to, like, reload the area every time you kill a rat. So it just kind of fades to black. Because there is no real-time rat killing here. One thing I do wish, just, like, even for, like, these little tasks, like, uh-oh. I wish they would, have randomized, like, where the rats spawn, things like that. And of course, we're not going to pick up the trash, by the way. That would make way too much sense for us as an employee. But, I do wish they would kind of, like, randomize where some of these things were. Because, you know, they don't. And we got a full day just kind of, like, lounge around and wait to see what happens. There goes our manager, though. And here comes an unsettling old lady out of nowhere. And you could basically read War and Peace by the time she gets to the bathroom. You know what I've never done? I've never actually gone into the bathroom to wait for her. To see if, like, she closes the door if we're in here with her. Oh, it walls you off. You're not even allowed in. Okay. Never mind, because she just wants to go potty. She makes it really, really tough. Don't just walk on through me, lady. You can't just come in here, buy nothing, and go to the bathroom. How'd you even get in here? Like, no one even drove you here. And I know you walked here. I've played this game, like, 4 times. But if I had to say, like, there was, like, any big fault in this game, it's just, like, the amount of waiting around you gotta do. There's a lot of it. I would argue a bit too much of it. But you know, it is what it is. What can you do? Are you sure you don't want help getting to the bathroom, lady? One thing I do love is the faces. Like, I love the faces a lot. Because they remind me so much of, like, old N64 games and PS1 games, like, where the faces are just, like, this one static thing. Like, it's, like, almost Uncanny Valley in a way, but it's not. Like, to me, like, this would be, like, a high-res GoldenEye face. There you go. Get on in. You got this. Keep going. She made it. But the faces are cool. One thing I'm wondering, though, is if, like, all these assets were made in-house, or if they were kind of, like, bought on a store, just maybe, like, half and half, because the quality, the differing quality between, like, a lot of the assets Makes me think that some of these may have been bought. I don't know for sure, obviously, but like the food looks so good compared to like everything else. But mind you, here's the thing, like everything in this game looks like it belongs. That's like the #1 thing. Like everything in this game looks like it belongs in this universe, even if some assets look far better than others. Alright, this dude's gonna want 5 things of beer and a thing of cigars. So, let's get him 5 beers and cigars. As we sass under our breath, telling him to go get it himself. Okay. 1 beer. Well, this is nice and quick. 2 beers. Let's get beer number 3. Oh, yeah. Also, I've heard there's like multiple ways to approach some of these nights, like for certain segments, but I haven't found a way to do it yet. But I had someone tell me like their night 3 played out way different than mine. But no idea how. Let's get the last beer for him. We'll get him the cigars rather. And get him the hell out of here. Here you go, sir. Although I'm wondering like if there's like much speedrun potential to this. That's like one thing I've been very curious about. Because it feels like a lot of these like days are like on a fixed timer, but I'm not sure if there's like a way to like influence the timer to go a bit faster or not. So I've been trying to figure that out. Because if I can find like a way to make this game go faster, I think you could like really beat this game like really, really quick. It'd be a fun little speed run. Alright, so she's lost her mind. Huh? Where's Ken-kun? You know where Ken-kun is? I thought I heard his voice. This is my daughter's house. What did you do? How dare you? And she's not happy with us. She's very much under stress. And now we wait. And walk around. And we also gotta get ready for like the first somewhat jump scare of the game. Where the tension building really starts paying off. Now, I know I don't like really sound scared or anything right now because I played through this a few times, and I wasn't really admittedly scared the first time I played this or the second or the third. But I do think this game just does such a nice job at like making you wait for like the first like genuine scares. Like it goes for like the really unsettling creep factor at first, and like just kind of like the aloneness and like the something's not right factor. And then when it starts like throwing stuff at you, it's like very gradual. And nothing that's like really a jump scare per se. There's one thing that's kind of jumpy. Maybe 2. But like nothing that's like super in your face jumpy. Alright, let's get ready for the jump scare. Or not even jump scare, but like the first scare. Here we go. Let's check the cameras at the store again. What is happening? What? And it brings us right to the back here. And who knows what happened. But spine chilling, am I right? But the first time you see that, you're like, what the hell just happened? I know there's nobody here, but here's the UPS man. I know one of the days he wants us to give him a box. But I can't remember if it's this day or not, but if it is this day, it'll spawn here when he walks in the store. Here, like, there's our, like, first, like, real something's not right here sort of moment. Okay. Come on in. Alright, so he wants us to get him the box. It hasn't spawned in yet, but when he stands up here, it should be here. Okay, they haven't spawned in, so I guess I gotta talk to him first. Because the package needs to be picked up here. Let's go get it. There it is. Bam. And now our day is more or less over here. I was gonna kind of like walk around and wait for us to go back home. But we just like talk about the convenience store, how it is like all entirely cup noodle. 4 aisles of just chips of the same flavors, basically. I'm assuming these are chips. Some bread. Milk. There's really not much here. There's really not much for sale here. It's like not a good variety. We got cat food, it looks like. An entire thing of cat food. What else we got? Is that like rubbing alcohol? I don't know. Alright. Let's get our umbrella. Let's get our flashlight. We're going to go on to our day 3. And now we're actually kind of getting towards endgame here, surprisingly. But we got a brand new videotape to check out, so let's see what's going on. Boop. Watch closely, let's see what's happening. Huh. That's a bit spook. Wonder what that is. But day 3, this is, I would say, this is the final, like, full night of the game. Because, again, this game's really short. Like, the developers even, like, say on their Steam page, like, we estimate 40 minutes. That's about right. I think my first run took me 45. And now, like, every, like, subsequent run takes, like, 30. Because I know exactly what I'm doing. I took a wrong turn. I know exactly what I'm doing, he said. Takes a wrong turn, he did. I did not take a wrong turn. It's just so dark. But I thought I took a wrong turn. Oopsie-poopses. Like, now we're kind of, like, establishing everything, right? So, the back of the convenience store is opening up more and more. We now have, like, a creepy girl opening and closing the doors. Second night, we can confirm. First day probably was her, too. We had a lady lose her mind saying it was her house or something. Looking for someone named Ken. We have the videotapes being sent to us. A package going out from us. The dumpsters being flipped over. Like, what exactly is going on? And, like, that's the big mystery. But anyways, we gotta go back to this place for our 3rd day of work. Because it's totally worth still working here. At this point. Like, why wouldn't you? Huh, there's no manager here. I wonder why that is. Oh, no! Boo. I got you good, huh? Okay, fine, I'll stop. I promise I won't do it again. Some products were missing on the shelf. Always keep the shelves full. That's our motto. So please don't restock by tomorrow morning. Your manager. Alright. So he's gonna go. There's actually one thing I want to do. Because, like I said, shit hits the fan this level. Like, bad. So I kind of want to watch him on the camera and see what he does, because I've never done it. And you'll know why by the end of the day. But, like, for my own personal satisfaction, I gotta do this. Because I've never done it. So obviously we have someone that's kind of crawling back in there. There he is. Now as he come back here, I just want to see like what the manager does. I've never once paid attention to this. So I'm going to give him like 25-30 seconds here. Nah, if he did, we'd see him by now. Okay. That's fair. Alright, let's put this stuff away. And now we're locked in back here. And we can't leave. How unfortunate. Gives me time to just kind of shoot the shit and wait. There we go. I was like, maybe walk around will be fine. Nope. There we go. We are no longer locked out. And obviously we heard the door open and close, but there's no one in here. Spooky. Okay. Get you, and this last thing we actually gotta restock right now, so... Cool. And there should be a AC unit repairman here. We're gonna find out. Yep. Something wrong with the air conditioning. Your boss is desperate and keeping the food fresh. Hate to be working this late, but he pays me well. You know, don't mind me. I'll just check the outside units and head right out. What a guy, what a lad. Let's go out back here really quick. Can't tell. There's a key in there. We're gonna have to find a way to get that soon. But for now, we shall wait. Let's go stalk him on the camera, shall we? As you can tell, like, stuff just kind of, like, gradually shifts. Although, if you do this kind of part out of sequence, I think they want you to, like, watch this dude repair, like, the AC. Because then you can see the girl back there just kind of, like, scurry away. But because we already triggered that event, we don't actually get that really cool camera shot. But, you know, it's a $3 indie game. I can't complain too much. I kind of just, like, want to watch him. Up close and personal, like. Okay. He's not even working on it. Like, he's a fraud. Like, he's a liar. Thank you for dropping your wrench. Now we have a key. And we can't open up the door because her arm feels like it goes numb. So, even though the door is unlocked, we're not allowed in. Unfortunate. Unlucky. But we are getting close to the end of this day. Hello, ma'am. Little lady. She's not gonna, like, invoice me, like, a bill? Like, nothing? You're just gonna kind of get in your car? Ignore me? Okay. Now go fuck yourself too, buddy. But this lady's really nice. She's coming on up. Honestly, I thought I could kind of, like, discuss, like, everything happening in this game for, like, 30 minutes, but, like, you know what? It's, like, such a basic game, it's really tough to. Alright, well, let's go check her out. Hey, are you the only one working here? I can't believe this. What kind of manager puts a girl on a midnight shift alone? I see you have no choice. Well, at the very least, I'll give you my protection charm. Now be careful. Thank you. Eventually, we should kind of get focused in on the bathroom here, so I just gotta kind of, like, run around a bit. Yeah, like, we're basically at the end now. Like, we're close. We got, like, one last puzzle to do. There we go. We got, like, 2 or 3 more, like, decent scares, and then, like, one last puzzle. We're kind of done. Oh, crap, we got locked out. Oh, no. Oh, dearie. But yeah, I think this game, like, really just, like, wanted to employ the whole, like, tension building and, like, the whole something's not right aspect. Who knocks stuff off the shelves? And here we go. Now we got some real shit. And this actually got me good the first time. Like, woo! It wasn't really much of a jump scare, but it was like, of course. Of course that happened. But like, now you know, like, things have kind of, like, got really, really real. Let's go head on out. And put these talismans all over that haunted-ass shed back here. I'm not gonna quit our job, obviously. Like, why would we do that? Why would we leave this for $13 an hour after night of this? No, we're just gonna put talismans on the shed. The manager. The manager. He's looking at his 4th tape. No way. And it's my 3rd tape right now. He's been suffering the same fate as me. Unlucky. Let's see, he's had his dead rats back here. His tape, his trash. And stuff's getting, like, super fucked. But thankfully he's not, like, you know, alive or anything. That would be really unfortunate if, like, he was still alive in a way. Be very creepy, actually. But no, that would never happen. Oh, shit! Like, I love how like a lot of this game is like very subtle. Like, you just don't know what's going on. But like the more you play, like the more you kind of like piece together like little things about this. All right. We got a tape on the ground here, so let's go watch it. It's out of the shed. It's just barely recording it. Oh dear. What a nightmare. Was it all a dream? Oh, you know it. 100%. Let's just go back to that place. Why not? Just run off to work. Okay. Yeah, I think one of the biggest flaws this game has, I've already mentioned a lot of flaws, because I think this game itself is, like, actually really good for, like, the price it is. And again, like, I think, like, the first time you play it, if you're blind playing it, the tension is great. But it's definitely not a game for everyone. Like, I think it'll kind of, like, stress a lot of people out. But for me, like, it was pretty cool. But I feel like once things really start to get going, and like you're like, wow, this game's getting really good, they just end it like right then and there. Like, you don't really have time to kind of absorb what's going on. And I feel like they mishandled all the endings, and you'll see why. And like, I should be like at the ending, like in about like 3 minutes, and you'll see why. Let's get on in here. We got no manager today, but maybe he's in here to spook us. Who knows? Nope, no spooks. No punch in, punch out. We got the CCTV. Let's leave. Oh, wow. That's not looking good. It's like we're in a ghost dimension. What's happening? And we go in here, we are going to see a girl walking around looking at select TVs, and the TVs she looks at are the ones we have to turn on. I've played this game enough to know exactly what TVs I gotta turn on, but this is like the final little puzzle of the game. But we gotta turn on this one. We gotta turn on... I want to say it's this one. This one. And this one. Yep. And then we're gonna go find her in a corner over here, right? Yep. And there's our big bad ghost girl. Not very happy with us. Stalking us. Huh. Everything's back to normal. And we got a tape. And now we can bring it home. It's our 4th night. We saw what happened on the 4th night for our manager. And now we're going to finish up the game. And we have 3 options with this tape. We can trash it, we can send it to someone else, or watch it. Now, I think it's very easy to infer what all these endings are. If you don't want to know the endings and you want to play this yourself because you're like, oh, this looks really cool, even though I've heard this dude talk about the entire game and I've seen it all, stop watching now. But basically, trash it is the same as watch it. Watch it, we see ourselves being stalked and about to get killed. Trash it, we throw it away and we get killed anyways because the tape was already sent to us. Or if we pass it, we get a comically long ending where you gotta read for like 5 minutes. But let's go ahead and pass it. And get some more lore and see what's going on. So let's read this lore and wrap up the video. And here we go. I was sickened by the whole situation. I sealed the VHS tape carefully and decided to send it off to the sender. Fortunately, the sender's address was on the box. When I was done preparing to send it off, I felt tense. My shoulders relax. Or rather, I felt my tense shoulders relax. Too much had happened in a short span. My mind couldn't keep up. I knew I had to rest, but I couldn't fall asleep. Everything about the store terrified me. Inevitably, I had to sit down on a chair to clear up my head. What did I see? Was everything I witnessed even real? Although I was scared, I knew I had to know the truth. I wanted to know what had happened and why. So I turned to the internet about the store. I found a few old articles and forums talking about the location of where the building was made. One comment on a strange forum stood out to me and it said, there seemed to have been a gruesome killings at the property. I searched for the same user's comment in 2009. There was a case where a man who was the mainstay of the family committed a murder-suicide. I determined to investigate the incident further. September 14th. The man killed his child with a kitchen knife while his wife was off grocery shopping to the local supermarket. When the wife came back, it said that she was killed in an extreme way. He then hung himself on the same day. They say that the woman was pregnant at the time of her death. The woman was killed with several nails punctured onto her, along with her child in her stomach. I wanted to throw up from the obscene images, but I knew I had to continue. There was a guy that replied to the comment and said that he worked at the same place as him. According to him, the man was often harassed by his boss at work, and he had complained to several colleagues, and on the day of the incident, it is said that he had an emotionless face. Imagining what the family had gone through, depression and hatred occupied my head. It was very painful with the tears in my eyes. I closed the internet gently, and called the manager to talk about everything I had experienced during the night shift and what I had discovered. However, the calls were never picked up. It was the same over and over again. Then I received a phone call from Mr. Hoso, a franchise leader who I had never met. I had a bad feeling about this. Then, with a shivering voice, he said, "The manager is dead." I couldn't breathe, so it wasn't a dream. And when I asked about the place where it was found, Mr. Hoso said there was an old storage behind a convenience store, and he was found there after a day of his death. I dropped my phone. I quit my part-time job with a broken feeling. After quitting, I would avoid going near the convenience store whenever I could, because every time I passed in front of the store, I would always feel like a sharp stare towards me, and I wouldn't be able to help but to try and pass as quickly as possible so as not to look at the building. A day later, the store had closed down. The reason seems to be due to poor management, but further details are not publicized. At that point, I didn't have the means or the courage to examine it anymore. After a while, the memories of the convenience store started to haze down a bit. One day, as I passed by the now closed down store, I heard a child's voice. There, I saw the woman. When I looked in my hand, I had picked up one of the rusted nails that had fallen in the middle of the site. And yeah, it's a comically long like ending screen, and I also love the line, "I gently closed the internet." That is like 10 out of 10 writing. I laughed really hard the first time I read that. The translation's not perfect. But yeah, that's the end of it. That is the convenience store. Again, like a really cool game, does like tension building awesome. I love J horror stuff. Like, is it like in your face, super scary? Like, no. Spine chilling in some regards? Like, yeah, a little bit. But I think it's really just kind of like about the unknown in this one. And like it ends before it drags too long, but I feel like they could have inserted one more day with a lot more creepy stuff happening before they did like the oh shit final day. I feel like it just kind of came up a little bit short, but for like $2, $3, it's not bad. I enjoy it. And like 3 endings, even though 2 of the endings are almost identical, like yeah, whatever. And also we got credits for ramen cup labels and carrot juice and posters on a window and restroom posters. Oh yeah, it's also a Patreon backed game. So this game, like the developer, as I mentioned earlier, has a bunch of other games in this style, so I'm kind of looking into maybe getting them because it was good. Like I did genuinely enjoy my time with it, and I kind of like love sharing it. It's a very short game. Um, I I don't know. Like I wish like they had a slightly higher budget and like a few more people working on it because I think this entire format could go so well. There's another game that reminds me a lot of this called Joe's Diner, which is like you work overnight in a restaurant after it's closed, just kind of cleaning the place with like on an Indian burial ground, and like there's like two like a Native American chiefs and stuff, just kind of like fighting in the afterlife in there, trying to make you miserable and trying to kill you. Like I love stuff like that, like where you're just kind of like alone working a night shift, and like stuff kind of gets spooky, like with random customers here and there kind of popping in. Like it's a cool idea for a game, and I kind of hope like another one like this kind of gets made, or like one like Joe's Diner gets made that kind of like goes all the way with the idea and just does not skimp out. But yeah, cool game. I really like it. Would I pay more than $3? No, but for the price it is, it's not bad. I enjoyed it. Do I think I'll ever play this game really again? Like, no. This is my 4th run of it. I'm content. I've seen all I gotta say. There's really not much else to do with it, unless I wanted to speedrun it. But like, I'm not really a speedrunner. But yeah, we're gonna call it there. So thank you for watching me play this cool little game. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Sorry if I wasn't like a big spooky boy, but I just wanted to like put this video up and just kind of show off this game. So y'all have a lovely day, and toodles.